Alright, it's time on my little 53 here, since I have the rear end mounted where I want it, transmission engine mounted where I want it. It's time to check the pinion angle and make sure that my angle for my drive shaft's correct. So I crawled under there to check it with it sitting on the ground, and the pinion angle is a plus 2 degrees, which is well within what I did not want to go over 3 or less than a half. So 2 will work great. Now I'm going to move up and do the pinion angle at the transmission and see what I get there. I use 2 things. I have an old Craftsman protractor angle gauge, manual, and I have a digital level. And I calibrated the digital level, make sure it's at 0. And this is my primary because this gives me the better reading. This kind of checks and makes sure I'm not out in left field somewhere. Make sure that I'm close. So I'm going to turn the camera around to where we're looking at my pinion, and I'll get in there and measure that pinion angle. Since I don't have a cab on it right now, it'll at least get me close. As long as I'm at 2 and right in there, not at the edge of the board of the limits, then I add a cab to it and it sets a little further down. It should stay with pretty well within the degrees. So I'm going to move the camera over, and then I'm going to crawl in there and see about doing this. Alright, let's check the pinion angle on the back of this transmission. Well, I can't see it. I guess that helps. Alright, that's off by several degrees. It's off by several degrees. So what I'm hoping is when I put the cab on here, get all the weight on that engine, all the weight on the front end, but this will go down slightly and change that angle because it's a little too steep. After I finish getting everything on here, I'll come back and double check and make sure that this leveled itself. If it did not, then I may have to space the rear end of this engine up just slightly to get the angle like that I need to match the back angle. So that is checking that and know where I stand. whenever I put the back support on for the cab, I just ran a 2-inch square tube all the way across and made the pads on there. Well, guess what? With the suspension hanging, it just barely not touching. So I'm going to have to do some kind of relief here. I'm either going to have to cut this off completely and support it on each side rather than have it run all the way across, because that won't work. So I can't set it on the ground with that in there. So I'm going to figure out what to do about that, and I'll show whatever I do there. But the drive shaft fits since I moved the engine back and the rear end forward based on my other tapes. So there you are. They're gonna add this to the limit, to this video. Alright. Now I gotta not forget and put the truck down without taking this back out. I better take it back out now. I'm gonna mark it so we know where it is, and I may try to cut relief in here and leave it together. I don't know. That'll weaken it in the middle, so I think I prefer to brace it at the edges and just cut it out. All right. More later. My grandson and I yesterday made the first attempt at taking this floor out of the cab. We got the big piece out. Now we'll have to clean up the braces, build some more braces because I'm going underneath with bracing instead of up. I don't need that riser for my seats. And so we're going to take part of the kick panel out, especially at the driver's side. Put new kick panel in. A few other repairs over on in the toe area over on the right hand side there. This needs to be repaired. Rockers are pretty good shape in and out, so we're probably not going to replace rockers. Anyway, we're moving on the cab now. Hopefully I'll have that done here shortly. Put it back on the truck.